What is up, my dudes? Here we have Runestones, aka Arabia version 2141. Basically the same thing. Has a little extra deer and has a relic in the middle surrounded by two rocks. Wow. So cool. Basically Arabia. Anyway, in the red, we have my favorite vitamin D, Big D 12 plus. Has all 12 variants of the vitamin D plus niacin. Or is that vitamin B? Whatever. Anyway, Big D 12 plus is from the United States. He's a 1100 player and he is playing as the Poles. In the teal, cyan, whatever you want to call them, is Mary Duval. I think we'll go with that. And teal is from Colombia, also a 1100 player, playing as the Lithuanians. Now, interestingly enough about this matchup, the Lithuanians and the Poles are the only two civs, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that get the winged hussar variant. I think the Poles, I like theirs a little bit better because of the trample damage, but I think the Lithuanians have a different bonus. I'm trying to remember what it was for their cav. What is it? They have all the armor upgrades. They don't get the last attack upgrade. Huh. And they don't get the they don't get anything fancy or special on their winged hussars. Oh, maybe I was wrong then. And let's go to the Poles. The Poles get... Okay, so the Poles get the last attack upgrade, but they don't get the last armor upgrade. So that's your choice. Take your pick. Do you want extra attack and trample damage if you pay for it? Or do you want extra armor? If you're going up against archers, maybe the extra armor will be better. But all around, I like the Poles winged hussar a little better. Anyway, back on Tracko. Let's see what's going on here. Building a folk work. Mill, houses. Oh, man. You know what? Let me tell you guys about what happened yesterday. Oh, so this call comes out, and a beat partner or his own partner or whatever gets dispatched to it, and it's like a disturbance, whatever, and I get dispatched as his backup, right? And I'm getting close to getting there, and I hear him over the radio, and it sounds like he's in the middle of a struggle, and he's like, oh my goodness. Sorry, guys, to interrupt the story, but that was two friendly fire sheep right there. Dang it, man. Anyway, back on track. So I'm like, holy moly, okay, this is getting real. So, you know, I'm running lights and sirens and everything and flying up to get there. And as I get there, I see him like wrestling in the front yard with this person. And so I come running up and he gets him up in handcuffs. And it's this young lady, we'll call her. And she's like yelling and screaming and trying to kick in and just going bananas. I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, hey, can you put her in your truck? And I was like, yeah. So I put her in the back of my truck. I was like, hey, you need to calm down. She's like, screw you. You know, you get the idea what she was saying. It wasn't very nice. And I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, just pull around, keep her up a little bit closer to where we're at. So I moved the vehicle. She's like, where are you taking me? I said, I'm not trying to take you anywhere. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. And so we start talking to her stepdad and her mom, and they're like, yeah, so she's been in trouble with the law, and she's got a felony probation that she's on, and we've been paying all this money to try and get her out of trouble, and now she's hanging out with this drug addict boyfriend that beats her, and, you know, he's doing this and doing that and everything, and she comes here and starts trying to take stuff from our house, we think, but we don't know for sure, and so we got in an argument with her, and you know, she starts going bonkers and acting crazy, and you guys show up, and you know, she just starts losing her dang mind and running around acting a fool. So we ask about her mental health status, and apparently she's got some mental health issues, unsurprisingly, and is off her meds. So we decided we're going to go with getting her some help at the local hospital and taking care of her and everything. But this call isn't my call. I'm just there to help, provide some backup and everything. And I go check on her, and she's trying to kick the window out of my patrol truck. And I'm like, hey, you need to stop. I'm going to have to tie you. We have this thing called a hobble and a VPR that restrains the person in the back of the vehicle. And she goes absolutely bonkers back there. She starts forcing herself to throw up. And so now I got throw up and snot and tears and a little bit of blood from a broken fingernail on the back seat. And we're like trying to wrestle her and get her all restrained and everything, and just making a big old mess. And so then we finally get her. I start taking her up to the hospital because I'm not going to put her inside of somebody else's truck and have his truck all dirty too. So I'm like, great, I got roped into this. And end up taking her the whole trip there. Trying to do her a favor. There was things that we could have gone needed to. But we're trying to just get her some mental health help. That's really what she needs. The reason why she's acting is because she's off her meds, right? So we're not trying to go, a criminal route or anything. And the whole way there, she was saying stuff like, I wish your mom had, not had you. She said some very unpleasant things and just some crazy stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, you're not a very pleasant person, right? So I get her into the hospital. As soon as I get into the hospital, she turns it off. Complete sweetest thing you've ever seen. Yes, ma'am. I don't know why they brought me here to the hospital. I didn't say or do anything that would make them think I'm crazy. I was just a little upset. I was like, you bipolar. You little beach nut. Anyway. So I finally get off work, and I had to go home and clean my truck out for 45 minutes because my truck reeked of throw up. So that's just some of the fun things that you get to deal with as a cop. But anyway, back to this game. I got really distracted on that. Hopefully you guys don't mind. If you guys like hearing life stories, let me know. If it's something that you're like, you know what, shut up, just talk about the damn game, let me know as well, and I'll stick to the damn game. So anyway. Teal's coming in here. He's got 3 scouts, and he is trying to annoy and harass Red. Red's running around with these little pokey boys. Using the Folkworks to his advantage. Okay. I like that. And he has a spear pretty much everywhere that he needs to have a spear. Very strategically placed around. And meanwhile, Teal has walled up a lot at home. Has a little bit more to wall there and this whole side right here, but overall, has walled up a vast majority of his base. Red going for the more open approach, with just using military to defend. And the thing about the poles is you want to get that extra 10% food because it's awesome. It's like having a super fast farmer, right? But when you build around the folkwork instead of the town center, now your villagers are way more exposed. So then it's like maybe you should, wall up. Or the other route is, putting spears out. But like if the Lithuanian player follows this up with some archers, what the heck are you doing, man? Don't wall like that. Wall across. I'm going to go from his view. If he follows it up with some archers, though, that'd be a big no bueno, and the spearmen go down, and then now the scouts are everywhere. And look at this ridiculous house. Okay, guys, please, scout, because even if there's no trees over here, even if there's no trees over here, that's still a much better way to wall than this ridiculous wall like that. What the heck is this? And you just denied yourself safe access to stone, gold, and another wood line. I don't like it. Boo. Boo this man. And there must be a gap around here somewhere because Red got in. And I don't see anything that was holding this open. And loses 2 scouts, killed 1 spear, got some hits and delayed some villagers, but has to run away. Let's check the villager count. 33 to 34. Okay. Pretty much neck and neck. Red's just content. I might even actually have it on auto scout, honestly, the way it's scouting like this. Kind of looks like it. Alright, just running around. Actually, let's go to Red's point of view. Let's see. Oh, he's already scouted all this. Maybe he's just trying to see what, if anything, Teal is creating. And Teal, that's got to be auto scout. He's running right at the town center. Teal appears to be on his way to castle here. Let's check. Let's make sure. Yes, both players are on their way to castle. Big D will make it there first. Yep. All right. So, Lithuanians, they want to get those relics, and they get that extra attack for every relic they have up to 4. And it looks like there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 relics on here. Pretty standard. So, the 5, he's got to get 4 out of the 5 relics to maximize that attack bonus. And Red, on the other hand, can drop a castle, get the unique tech, and spam the hell out of some cheap knights. And even this, I'm not super crazy about this. You know, wall between here and here, and then from here to here, from here to here. But you know, it's easy to sit back in my comfortable gaming chair and, you know, make fun and pick and point and everything, because I'm sitting here, you know, looking at things in hindsight. But in the moment, a lot of times you make decisions and you're like, this is not too bad. And then you look back afterwards and you're like, okay, that wasn't the greatest. I don't know what this... Please tell me if you're going to build a farm, because that is a super inefficient way to walk. And here come the knights for the Lithuanian player. Really needs to get a monastery out though, bro. I don't know what the heck you're doing. Get the monastery out. You might hurt a little bit having to prioritize getting you know, a couple priests out real quick, but getting those relics out are huge. And collecting some stone. No, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Oh, moving them to gold. Interesting move as poles. I guess if you really need gold, you might move them to gold, but it would be better if you could keep them on stone and just get your stone mining upgrades. That way you get that faster gold and stone coming in, and then you could just sell some stone if you don't need it and get the gold from that. But if you're going heavy on gold, okay, alright. Has 2 TCs. Let's see, the blue added... Yeah, okay, 2 TCs to 2 TCs. And he's sending some scouts out, or some knights out here. Okay, there we go. Alright, good. And the Lithuanians, they get the faster monasteries. I think it's 20% faster. So you want to get 1, maybe 2 monasteries out and really collect those relics as quickly as possible. And he is getting good positions on these relics now, so that's good. Alright. And Red adding in a 3rd TC. Should also note that I have not seen this game. I did not preview it either. So we are just blindly reacting to what is happening and seeing what's going on. First time for everything. Red walling at most of his base now. Healthy amount of knights from Teal here. Let me know what you guys think. You might notice that my Teal looks a little bit different. It is a color mod. Actually, all of the colors are a little bit different, but the one that's most noticeable to me is the teal player. And I have to say, I really like this color mod. The traditional teal or cyan, I do not like. It's not visually appealing to me at all. This is much more appealing to me. Just personal opinion, but let me know if you guys like it or not. And 14 knights now. They have +3. Soon it'll be +4. Needs to task this monk to go out there and get another relic. Does he know where they are? That's a good question, actually. another reason why scouting can be so important. He does not know where the other relics are, so he really needs to scout the rest of the map and figure out where these other relics are. Come this way and you'll find that one. No, gotta go back. Okay, he will probably find it when he comes around here. Let's see. And I know there's a lot going on, but if you can scout manually a little bit better, it's a lot more efficient. Oh, and that's so close. So close. Moving in, though, with these knights, they overcut this wood line. That's a big oops. Having to pull back these villagers. Gets a villager kill. And another villager kill. And another villager kill. Looking pretty good for Cyan. And these Polish knights only have 11 attack. Meanwhile, these Lithuanian knights have 15 attack. And at their full armor upgrades right now. So definitely in favor of the Lithuanian player. These couple of pikes are going to help out, though. Pretty decent engagement for Teal, I have to say, though. That 15 attack is really coming in clutch. However, it does cost the Poles less. Actually, I don't know. Did he get the... I'm assuming he got the special tech. There's no way for me to check now because I didn't see over here whether it popped up or not. But I'm assuming if you're going knights, you're going to be going for the... however you say it privileges. And Red really trying to get some knight numbers up now. So spamming the knights. Did he ever find that relic, I wonder? Let's see. No. The remaining 2 relics are still hidden to Teal right now. Getting some more villager kills. Let's check the villager count. Well, yeah, 59 to 84, so a lot of villagers going down for Red. These Lithuanian knights are strong and super deadly. Finally, Red getting some decent numbers, but still being cleaned up by these 15 attack knights. And looks like, okay, Cyan is going to pull back. A lot of these knights are barely hanging on. Very, very injured. We'll heal them up with some priests. And oh my gosh, look at that. This is how close he came to discovering that relic. Oh, that's funny. What about the other one? Let's see. Okay, now that's a big chunk. So that would be a good spot to go check, don't you think, buddy? Like, send one of your healthy knights over there. And I think Teal needs to be thinking about going up to Imp here. He's got more than enough resources in the bank to go to Imp and has not clicked it yet. 88 villagers. Does not seem to be in a hurry at all to go to Imp. 2,000 plus food. 12,000 plus gold. We'll stay in castle. Why not? Wow, okay, so Big D is also had plenty of more than enough resources. Must have just queued up a bunch of units. Yeah, he did. And who went for Imperial? Okay. So he is got a healthy amount of knights in the queue, and he is trying to go to Imp, which I like. You don't want to be the guy with a crap ton of resources in your account and you're not using it. If you're not going to go to Imp, you need to be creating a bunch of units. But Teal is on his way to Imp now. 25% to 21%. Okay, so relatively the same time. 15 attack. This isn't going to be an all-out night war. And looks like red is actually going to try and get a relic. Something to consider. And teal hits, here we go. 12 attack versus 15 attack. And fighting underneath teal castle fire. But here's something to think about. For every relic that you deny from the Lithuanian player, not only are you getting gold, but you're also denying them that extra attack. So it's worth getting, even if you don't really care about the gold as much. And that is the power of the Polish privilege. I can't say the word, but despite the fact he has 3 less attack on these knights, he cleaned up all those Lithuanian knights. Really impressive. Still has a lot of knights too. Getting his first treb out. Look at all these folkworks. So pretty. I still would go back onto stone though. Wonder if you'll see this other castle going up. Not yet. Ooh. The Cavalier upgrade is in. 17 attack. Okay, Cavalier upgrade is in for red as well. So 14 versus 17 attack. Teal does have more armor. But still, red is still just spamming these cheap cav and trading really well. Taking out his production buildings now. Red did catch up mostly in villager count, 94 to 106, so pretty even, pretty close. Speed it up just a little bit. Looks like both players are kind of licking their wounds a little bit, trying to recover from that massive engagement. And Winged Hussars coming in for the Polish player. I wonder if Lithuanian player is going to add them in too. That would be kind of cool to see. Winged Hussars from the 2 civs that have them against each other. And now oh, Paladin. Holy moly, dude. Paladin. That's an expensive tech. Let's check how many resources he has. Not a lot of gold in the bank. Losing that castle. I'm not saying Paladin was a bad choice, but it's an expensive choice. And you better have a lot of units that can benefit from that upgrade and plenty of resources in the bank and access to more resources if that's the way you're going to go. But he did clean up all of Red's army that was in front and those trebs. 29 paladins there. And who got that relic? Who got it? Oh, he did. So they're going to be 20 attack paladins here pretty soon. It's a lot of attack. He should not be fighting under castle fire like this, though. Look for another way in. There's a hole right here on around this tree in this house. Get another castle and get some trebs out. I don't think he actually has a castle right now. Yeah, he doesn't. Find some stone and get a castle up. And somebody got a conversion. Ah, red got a conversion on teal. Right now, the military numbers are in teal's favor. And like I said, these are 20 attack paladin. It's a lot of attack, especially when your opponent's putting out 13 attack winged hussars. I mean, they're a great unit, and they don't cost any gold, which is huge, especially when you're in a 1v1. But right now, there's still a decent amount of gold to be had, and these paladins are bad boys. Very nice. But see, I would rather see these paladins like trying to punch a hole into the economy, and instead have your own winged hussars over here raiding these gold miners. He could really do pretty well if he were able to come in over here, You could take out a TC over here, and then just there's not much to stop you from raiding the entire economy. We'll attack the market. I like this. I feel like, and I've said this in a couple of videos recently, I feel like attacking the market is underrated. Whenever players are under pressure and they have too much of one resource and not enough of another, they abuse the crap out of a market. But you can't do that when your market is destroyed. So, you know, be annoying, destroy your opponent's market, and keep them from getting what they need. I do like that, though. Punched a hole in here, getting him off of gold. Red getting some decent military numbers up. They are 16 attack Cavalier now. But it's 20 attack Paladins. It's a lot of Paladins streaming in. And he came down over here as well. Beautiful, beautiful. I wouldn't focus on the stables right now. I would focus on just killing the farmers. I mean, Teal has a crap ton of food in the bank. He needs more gold, but a crap ton of food. Meanwhile, Red has a crap ton of all resources except for stone. So he really should get more production buildings up and try and just overwhelm. It's like United States versus Germany kind of thing. You know, the United States is overproducing, outproducing Germany. You might have quality paladins, buddy, but if you got cheap American spam or Polish spam, it's going to be more than enough to overcome your quality, unfortunately, for Teal. Yeah, paladins are strong, especially 20 attack, but that is a lot of military. A lot of military, adding in more stables. I like that. Sealing up his holes in his wall again. And that's a lot of military for Red. The score is pretty close, but that's a lot of military for Red. He did lose some villagers. He's down to 80 to 106. But military-wise, Teal has 13. And he needs to really... I don't like this trickling in effect. Especially taking out a town center that no villagers are underneath right now. You're basically getting shot for free by this castle and attacked by all these units and getting cleaned up. For what? To take out a town center? That's not really going to do you any good? No. Get a castle out, buddy. Get a castle out. Get some trebs out. Fight. Slow, steady push. Slow, steady push. He is on both these gold mines, though. Let's check his resources again. Quite a bit of gold. Well, not a lot of gold, but some gold. Really needs to get more on wood, actually. Yeah, running out of wood. That is a ton of military for Red. And that castle should have gone up minutes ago. Because now it's probably going to be a Dow castle. Yeah. I don't think the Paladin was the right choice. I think spam units overcome his economy. And then if you have so much resources in the bank and a bunch of units already, maybe you're pop capped, then you think about Paladin. And this is going to hurt Teal really bad. Oh, the relics have been ejected. Now let's see if there's any... I don't even see any Paladin for Teal. But he lost 4 attack. Oh, and he's adding in his own Winged Hussars. At the very, 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 very end. It was Winged Hussars versus Winged Hussars. That's cool. But the GG was called, and yes, it was a good game. Red just outproduced Teal massively. And here's the thing, you think about it. If one player can build cheaper units, and so now you have, you know, 5 Cavalier versus 3 Paladins. Sure, those Paladins might have 20 attack, but those 5 Cavalier are still doing, what is it? 16 damage a hit. So, yeah, I'll take the 5 Cavalier with 16 damage versus the 2 to 3 Paladin with 20 damage. And that's really what it just started a snowball effect. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that game and that little conversation. I could tell stories a lot more graphic with a lot more detail, but I'm not going to do that. First of all, I'm going to keep this thing PG-13, and also, I don't want to be putting everybody's business out there with any specifics. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll catch you later.